consent of elected officials does not always mean consent of the people. We're the ones that live in the reservation and have to drink the water processed by the city.
So we're seeing unprecedented pressure from corporations and utilities to secure land, water, and grid access for AI and to scale up data centers. In your work, what are the structural or political dynamics that tribal nations and frontline communities must be most aware of?
You cannot vote on something that you don't know anything about. You cannot vote to sell our water without even knowing how much they want to take, or develop a 5,000 acre ranch, that our people thought was going to be used for food sovereignty. All of a sudden, Switch rolls into town and presents a 45 slide presentation to our national council about a multi-phase plan to develop this trust land into a data center hub. And now we have to organize the entire community just to get our tribal council to say no to this. And that is an element of consent that, at least at IAN, we take it seriously, that consent of elected officials does not always mean consent of the people. We're the ones that live in the reservation and have to drink the water processed by the city, and some people rely on well water, and some people have their own cattle. And Oklahoma is very much an agriculture state, but they're trying to strong arm industry and make it an industrialized state, because they are painting our state as being water abundant and using that as an excuse to build and take more. When we are not a water abundant state, we're actually very prone to drought conditions. We actually have a lot of contamination from the history of the oil and gas legacies with the wells that are still leaking. The majority of our water sources are contaminated in some way. That's not a water abundant area. They're just saying that because they want the water. People who are all in on the fossil fuels industry are concerned about the water impacts of data centers. That should tell you just how resource extractive these things are.